There's not enough days in it.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, days in the week, or not enough time
In the world?
in the day. I don't know.
What are you trying to say?
Time. It's a social contract. If I hear one more person say time is a social contract,
It is.
I'm
Well,
going to throw something at him. God created time.
God didn't create clocks.
I don't care. He created time. So God created time, not us. Anyway, off my soapbox.
I said, wow.
We always want more hours. We always want more weekend.
True that.
Interesting, huh?
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. Wow. Not Katie. No.
Sure.
Talk about the Lord. I love Jesus. He's awesome. Okay, so time. There's a time for everything. Ecclesiastes chapter 3. You should go there and read it. Ecclesiastes chapter 3. But we're in Matthew. So we're talking about Matthew chapter 5, 6, and 7. And it's the Sermon on the Mount. It's Jesus teaching the Jewish nation and Gentiles and lepers and everybody who would come. And so he's preaching about the heart. He's taken the Ten Commandments and re-explaining them. That it's a heart issue. That we should be loving God, and because we love God, we do these things. Not because we have to, not because we can get our own righteousness, not because we can get our own salvation, but it's all about Jesus. It's all about God. And so it's a heart issue. It's where your heart is where your treasure is. It's where your mind goes to when you think about life. Is it a spiritual life or is it a physical life? Physical life, you're going to get the reward. You're going to get the pat on the back. You're going to get everything you ever want if you point yourself to the world. But if you point yourself to God, your reward is later. Your reward is Jesus. Your reward is secret in God's kingdom. So he talks here about being anxious, being worried, okay? Being, thinking about, so if you think about the past, you can't change it, right? Okay?
True.
You can change how you act now, but you can't change it. And everybody likes to live in the past. Well, this is what I did in the past. This is what happened to me in the past. This is what... I'm not invalidating that, but I'm just saying you got to move on. You got to live now. And then everybody wants to look for the future, and the future will take care of itself. You can't do anything about the future. You can change now, but really it's in God's hands. It's not in our hands. So you live in the present because today is a present or a gift. So you live in now. You live now walking with Jesus now in his footsteps. And so if you're doing that, this makes sense. It says this in Matthew chapter 6, verse 27. And which of you, by being anxious or being worried, can add a single hour to his span of his life?
You probably take away from it.
Well, you probably could take away from it, smoking or doing drugs or whatever you want to do.
Worrying in general.
Or worrying in general. Worrying gets your heart rate up, blood pressure, headaches, stomach aches. You get angry, it's a mess. Why are we worrying? We can't add a single hour. Okay? Unless you're in the time zone, I guess. But no, we're all in the same time zone. We just, put lines on the map. Think about that. You can't add an hour. You really can't subtract an hour. You can't... The hours move on, with or without us. Time moves on. It always interests me too because 100 years from now, most of us will be dead. What would have counted? Anything that we did, what would have really stayed here? It's really, spiritually, it will stay. Everything else will go away. You think 200 years from now they'll think of Frankie Sawicki? No, absolutely not. I'm not timeless. But we have a God who is timeless, who's beyond time, who's beyond matter and space, and we trust him in his time and his presence and his gift that he's given us each and every hour. And so if we're really relying on God, should we be worried about things? No. We go to God in prayer. We go to God and put it at his feet and not our own. Now, that doesn't mean we're lazy. We need to work out our salvation with fear and trembling. We need to help other people. We need to do these things because we love God, but we can't add an hour to our day. So why worry about it? Good question, huh? I love you. Jesus loves you too. My encouragement for today is stop worrying about time. I got to preach that to me too. We got to be patient and live in the moment. I love you. Jesus loves you too. You have a great, what is it?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Goodbye. Absolutely no one.
Nice. I have to say, I just poured